Hey everybody, it's Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs, and welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're staying safe and away from COVID. I hope you're able to see your family members and you're able to get together in these most difficult times. I know they really want people to stay apart and take precautions, but it's been so long now that I'm sure a lot of you are really missing family and you just need some normalcy, whatever that is. I hope this isn't the new normal, but we won't even talk about it. So I want to do a part 2 on the Masterboard depth and color and how you cut them out. I showed you in my last video how we cut the boards out after we had embellished them with fussy cuts and faux stamps. So I still have these that I have yet to do. So again, in my last video, I wanted to tell you, I explained to you that a lot of these, are curling, and it's because of the Yoo-Hoo glue, the glue stick that I use. It's very dry in my home. There's no humidity. So my master boards do have a tendency to curl. Just really quick, I'll show you here. This is one here, and you can see how when you lay it down, the ends curl up. But if you make a board, don't worry about it curling once it dries. I do try to take mine and I lay them upside down and I put a couple pieces. Oh, sorry about that. I just wiggled my desk with my chair here. I try to put some heavy objects on the entire board, but it still curls. And like I explained in my last video, I do back them. These are all white. I back them with a cardstock that is just cream in color, and it's 8.5 by 11, and I just cut it down. And then I use my advanced tape glider right here. If you don't have one, I highly suggest you purchase one because these are fabulous. I will and I'll show you how I adhere them on this one, on this index card. So that was the other thing I wanted to go over with you. So these two have been backed, and these will make nice journaling cards inside a tuck spot. So I'm going to set those aside. And this one here, I decided that I'm going to use, I have a lot of these index cards. Now these index cards measure, find my ruler, my desk is still kind of all wigged out here from my last video. These measure almost 6 by 4, just a little over 3.25 by 6. So I think this one was a 3 by 5. Yeah, this is a 3 by 5, 3.5 by 5. So the 3.5 by 5s work great. And I just think these are a lot of fun. This one I have not, given that a little touch up there around here and there. So I'm going to show you how I do adhere these. Hear that? I just washed this mat. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with this mat. I like it because it's a nice tool to craft and video on, but it just picks up so much dirt. And I don't know if you can see that in my videos or not. I hope not. So we're going to do a few more cards, and then I'll show you how I pick them. I picked the 16 and a 13, and then they do have to be cut down a little bit. I just think these are a lot of fun. These make really cute journaling cards. Excuse me. I'm gonna grab a Werther's Original here. My go-to when I get a tickle in my throat, and I have all my drinks to the side to the right-hand side of me, and they've been here for days. But if you watched my craft room tour part 2, I think I explained to you how my drink situation works here in my craft room. So, all right, let's get started. If I can stop hitting my table and making everything jump. I'm just going to set that one there. I don't know if it's in. I don't think that's in view. I'm going to raise my camera just a little bit. And I'll keep that one kind of here so you can see it while we embellish a couple more. So I want to make sure I get a card, one of my cutouts here, that will fit. And I have the 2 different groups. A couple of these taller ones, I'm going to make a tag with you. I'm going to try to find one that's horizontal. It's a 4x6. So I want to find a 3.5 by 5, and I know I have them. I guess we could use that one. And I think these are just squares. Let's see what else I have here. All right, and we can use this one. All right, so we'll play with these 2. I'll set these other aside. Get them out of the way. Now I have something to do this weekend. All right. So this one first. And these are fun because it doesn't really matter with the numbers. They don't have to be all horizontal. You can do them vertical, just depending on, do you want the 16? I think for this one, seeing that it's vertical, I'm going to put the 16 at the top. So if you do have a tuck pocket, see, if we use this one, you had a little tuck pocket or a corner, you may not, you meet not. That's great language. You might not be able to use this because the 13 is in the center. So you're going to want to keep that for a horizontal. All right, so we will use this one right here, but again, I'm not going to, I guess I could add it before we embellish it. So we're just going to do this, and I hope everybody's having what is today? In my world right now, it is a Wednesday, and the sun is shining. It's absolutely beautiful. Cold. We've had an ice storm. So Monday and Tuesday, because it was bad weather and gloomy and cold, I have 2 doodles, Bella and Daisy. And they are sisters. They're litter mate. They're not litter mates. They have the same parents, Amber and Milo. Milo was a big brown standard poodle. He was a big boy, handsome. Bella takes after her daddy. She's weighing in about, I'd say 60. I'm going to show you too how I do this. I know a lot of people, and I'll get back to the Belle and Daisy story, would take their glue and they would add this onto here. I use my tape glider because I don't like to use all the glue, and I want to make sure that these stick down and these are nice and secure. So I take my tape glider, I put the tape on it, and then I'm actually going to put this on here. I don't want to get my head. I'm trying to keep it pretty much equal on all sides. So I put this down. I'm going to cut it. And I think I'll run it through my little creative memories. And I'm going to give you another little tip. I don't know. This might be what, 1/8 or 1/16 around here. But what I find, and let me do it with this guide right here, helps me tremendously with getting these tiny little frame. I don't know. I don't even know what, just tiny little framed areas. Okay. So I hope I can explain this so you understand. What I do is I take the end of my piece, okay, where I need to make this little cut right here and have just about as much here. I line that up with the end of this guard. So if I can see this, the end right here, and I bring it right up to almost like the shadow of this, I still get a nice little tiny line. So it's pretty much the same on all four sides. So that's just a little tip that I can give you. And then what I do, because you're going to have a little bit of loose ends here, this is when I take my glue. I just get my paddle and I just add my glue right here, and then I run down the side of it. I come around the corner, I lift it up again. That way I don't get glue. I don't get glue all over the place. And this is how I glue a lot of my double, what do you want to call it? Double, I can't call it double-sided. My 2-layer, there we go. My 2-layer items down. There. And I just go around. See, and then they don't curl anymore. You can play with the edges, and so there's the back of the journaling card. And that makes it nice and easy, easy peasy. All right, so let's get this one decorated. All right, I want to use on this, in my last video, I talked about a company, a shop on Etsy called Spix Picks. And I will put it in, Beatrice is the owner. And I will put her link in the little slot under this video. And she sells the most wonderful stickers. This is a, ooh, I like her. This is a grouping that she sells. She sells this scale, which I have another video where I had done some tags. I used her. So I'm going to leave her out. She's a contender. And Beatrice does a fantastic job of making a left and a right. So depending on how you want to decorate your items. So say if I did not want her, although I like her there, I could put her on this side. I think this gal may win out. But I wanted to use some of Beatrice's. I know I used her, this gal here. She's one of my favorites. I made a tag with her for my junk journal. She's just beautiful. I love her. I have a thing for women. I always have. All the old movie stars, and I just don't think they make them like they used to. They just don't. I don't think anybody is a movie star anymore. I think they're film actresses, but in my opinion, I don't think we have true movie stars like we did back in the 50s and 60s. So, the Audrey Hepburns and Joan Crawford and all of them. So I like her. And she's almost, I want to say she's going on a trip or whatever. Whatever. Um, I just have to decide. And there's my girls. Someone just pulled in to grab our vehicle to wash all the salt off it. We have a motor pool at my husband's business. And every now and then they'll call and say that they need the keys. They're going to come up and get the car in the motor pool. They're going to go wash it, which is really nice for us because we don't have to go to the car washes in the wintertime. And all of these little, I'll also add this in my link, my little area for links. These are all by Love Junk Journals. These are random text labels. And I ran these off. I made a purchase in her shop yesterday. I really like her shop. And I sat and cut these out last night while I was watching TV with my husband. Let's see here. So speaking of getting back to the doodles, Monday and Tuesday I spent all morning grooming them. I lost my groomer when I'm not going to blame it on COVID because her husband is from the South, and I think they wanted to get back down to his family. They had a baby, and their little boy was going on, I think 2.5. And they wanted to get back down south. So she moved. So I lost my groomer. So I took on the challenge of grooming my girls. And I don't mind. I always had Springer Spaniels, and I bathed and clipped them. So, and actually, all I do is give them a Springer Spaniel cut. And they come out looking like doodles. Don't ask me how, but they do. So I'm going to see here for this one. Because, again, when you add texture and some other faux pieces, you don't need a lot. So I do like this. This says embrace the journey. And I think what I might do is ditch the darling because she really looks like she's going on a trip. And then you have a little map style faux postage stamp there. So I'm going to put this right down here. Enjoy the journey. Embrace the journey. That will go there. And these are stickers. Beatrice does all stickers, which are wonderful. And Beatrice is in, she's in the UK. So right now, as far as shipping, I haven't bought anything from her. I think I'll put her down here. I haven't bought anything from her recently. I don't want to put her all the way down there. I'm just going to put her there like that for a second. Yeah. Because I don't know about shipping. And oh gosh, darn it, that went right down into my seat. If I would get any orders. I don't know. I know there's another gal from the UK that I used to buy from, and I noticed on her site that she's only selling to the UK. I'm going to add this here. She's not shipping or selling anything over here in the States. So, but maybe Beatrice is mailing some items out to the States, but I've bought from her for a long time now, and she's wonderful. We're going to just add this up here next to her. All right. So, like I said, when you do your master boards with, hear that? That's that Oohoo glue. It's so dry. You don't need to add a lot. Just a little something to, I think these are adorable. All right, so there's two. Let's work on this one, and then we'll do a tag. So we will, see, hear that? That's the glue. That's the Yoo-hoo. So it wouldn't hurt for you when you do these to do this. Make it a little more pliable. Then if you do have something that comes up, just take your art glitter glue and tack it down. And I did have the blind. The sun keeps moving on me. So I'm going to fix my blind, get rid of that. I don't want to block the sun out because we don't have very many sunny days, but I know it's not good for, it doesn't help in the filming here either. All right, so we have this down here. We're going to cut this. And remember, we're going to line it up here, just inside that guide. See how well that comes out when you line it up like that? Very rare do I take and put it right here at the top. I like to line my paper up. There. I think I finally have that down to a science after all my years of scrapbooking my boys' photos, because I mat everything. So I mat all the photos that I adhere to the pages. So see, this came up. So we are just going to, that's where the, okay, right here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue under here. This looks like it's pretty well on here. And I don't have to add a lot. Next week I have company coming. My girlfriend and her mom are coming to stay with me. They're going to visit a very sick relative before he passes away. So I'm gonna have guests next week for 4 days, and then after that, I'm going to be getting I don't want the COVID shot. I can't get it anyways. I'm not eligible. My husband got his second shot and he did really well with it. So that made me happy. But I'm going to get my shingle shot. And I stopped by, this is a mess, I stopped by the pharmacy today to talk to the pharmacist. And I asked him what the side effects were. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just looking for I have an old diaper here that I use to wipe down my, here it is. I was just looking for that. See what the side effects were. And he said that I should take 3 days and plan on not doing anything. So that didn't make me feel real good. So I think when they leave next Thursday, see how nice that is? It has a nice cover, nice backing to it, and it won't curl. So your curling issues are a thing of the past. So I think I'm going to get my shingle shot next Thursday. And I have a feeling I might be down for the count. All right, now because so I guess I'm going to try to make some videos ahead of schedule and then just get them scheduled. All right, here we go. So these are the other gals that I was speaking about that Beatrice has in her shop, in her Etsy shop. And these are fun. And I'm going to be doing a video also with perm rods. I make perm rod tags, and they're a lot of fun. So if you, those were I always sold a lot of those. I would sell them in a pack of 3. So if you can get your hands on some old perm rods, it'll be fun. And we're going to add, she is definitely purple. She's going to blend in. We can always do a darker. But these are just a lot of fun. And I usually buy the big pack from Beatrice. She sells them in individual groupings, like maybe when I say individual groupings, she might sell six gals at a pop, but then she'll sell them also, I think, in a pack of 22. So here, okay, so we may go with the brown because we have the brown over here, which is actually quite lovely. And I'm wondering if we have who would stand out better. I think she's a little too light. I think we could use her and maybe go with maybe a nice saying that would about life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. I like that. And how true that is. All right, so we're going to do our 1/4 inch because I did mess up before and I grabbed the 1/2 inch. All right, we will distress. Might as well distress the paper. Everyone else is distressed with all this COVID. And let's see. We can put her right here like this. So she's just at the end. So your eye will follow that's the other thing. You want to have a good flow with your eye. So you can read your saying here and it'll flow right up to her. to our little chickie there. And then maybe we can put something over on this side. See, if I had known what we were doing ahead of time, but I can still use this. I will just glue down the ends because I do like this over here on this. I would have wrapped it around, but I'm going to move this down a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to glue. I'm going to glue these ends down. There we go. All right, so next we're going to, because I know where, I'm not going to lift this off because of the placement. I don't really want to mess it up and forget. There we go. And now we can take our little lovely and get her ready. Get this little chickie ready. And we're going to move her up a little bit. I don't want her toe really hanging over the side. There we go. There we go. Isn't that cute? And I think that's all you need. Simple and sweet. We're going to try to get her little neck wrinkle out. She's too young to have wrinkles in her neck. So let's just rub them right out. Yeah, this is a very cute card. And again, you don't need to do a lot. That's why I love adding the little extras, especially the fussy cut flowers. All right, so there we have these three here. Now I'm going to show you a tag, and yeah, that'll be good. So I did cut some, here we go, that were a little taller. So we have this one, we have this one. I think the tall and narrow I'm going to make into, we'll do these two. I'll make these into tags. All right. So we are going to clip, clip, clip. And some gals are really good at just clipping the corners at a nice angle. I guess we'll do it. Sometimes I never know how far to go in. All right, there's tag one. And then after I embellish these, I will, whoops, what am I doing? See? That would not have been good. Would not have matched because I was already on to the next step. But I think what I'll do first is, because I'd like to use a frame on here, I'm going to trace around. I'm going to trace around my paper first. And then I'll cut it out afterwards and adhere it. I won't do that. And then what I'll do, because I know this one is a little bit bigger. I'm just going to label them number 1. So I know this goes with that. And then my other one, I'm trying to use my scraps, and I don't have a scrap, so I will do it on this here. And I'm just taking that to the edge. Okay. And then this is number 2. Okay, and I'll set this aside. All right. Okay. All right, so this is a little bit larger one, and I would like to go back and use either, maybe I'll use a slide film on that, but I would like to use, let's see what we have here. And this is almost big enough where I could use a double one. Isn't she cute? Look at these two. Cute, cute, cute. I just ordered some boy vintage patterns from a gal on Instagram. I have to do more with boys. I don't know if people do a lot with boys. I just don't see, and being the mom of boys, I just don't see a lot of junk journals and tags, yada, 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 for young men or little boys. I'm sure there's moms, plenty of moms out there that have boys, have sons that have journals, I would think. Maybe not. All right, we're going to use these little gals right here in this tag. Because they're cute. And I have to decide here, what we are going to use for I don't want to use red. I'd like to use a contrasting color to make it pop. This one these I didn't finish cutting out. These squares here, I gotta clip their corners. Gotta clip their wings. I keep going back to this darling. I keep going back to this. I keep going back to this darling. Where's my scissors? Now somebody else just pulled in my driveway. So I may have to take a short break because I have a feeling somebody's going to come to the front door. All right, I will see you in just 1 minute and we'll continue with these darlings. Okay, hey everybody, I'm back. Yeah, there was somebody at the door, so sorry about that. But we'll pick right up where we left off. And here we go. So we're going to, like I said, I've been eyeing this darling sign here. So I think we'll use this. I just have to figure out the placement here of it. And I know we're going to put, let's put these gals right here down the side. And I think they'll be fine. I won't have to glue them down. So I guess I just want to show you too that you don't always have to use glue to put all your little extras on. You can use tape. I'm wondering if I should put that. I'll put something else. Maybe I'll put another flower up there. Just trying to break up these lines. Okay. All right. And we need to open this up. Okay. And we're going to put that right here. And we are just going to add a little, I'm going to put a grommet in here. I call them grommets. I don't want to put that in yet because I don't have an eyelet. I don't have the back on here, and I don't want to make the mistake of jumping the gun. I believe that's what I want to do. So I really won't be able to finish this one off, but I can at least get the front done just so you have an idea. And I think I will add up in this corner a little tag, but maybe I can find, I don't think that's going to work. I'm wondering if I should add a cute little, do a cloth, do the muslin again. Or maybe I'm going to add this here, and then I will put I will put the eyelet right through that, and that will just add a little bit. I think that would be cute. And I guess we'll finish this, and then I won't worry about making a second tag. We'll finish this so you can see the eyelet being put on there, and then we did the other two cards, so you get the idea. All right, so let me cut this out. This is the bigger one, the number 1. So I will get this cut here. We will back it, put the eyelet on with some ribbon. And hopefully I'll be able to get this cut, and it will. Watch it not fit, but if I have to cut another one, I'll just cut another one. Hopefully this will, there we go. Just take this shave just a little bit off the bottom of that. All right, let's make sure that this is good to go. I will just erase that number 1 after. All right. So we are going to, yeah, that's right. I saw that number 1 and I got confused a little bit for a second, which isn't hard for me to do. And I will glue up here more because I don't want that tape to run into that grommet. And let me show you another little, I'm sure you know this, but this is another little trick that I do when I have to line items up. Hopefully this is in, yeah, this is in camera. I will put it here, whatever I need to line up. You can either do it vertically or horizontally. But I put it right up against a, what's this, a straight edge. And then I just line it up instead of fooling around with it and trying to get it. And then I just lightly, there we go. And then I don't have to play with it. Just gonna straighten this out a little bit. All right. And I'll finish this back side. And we have to remember as well that, you know, these are handmade. They aren't made on a machine, so there will be some little inconsistencies once in a while. All right, so let me get all nervous and wigged out now about doing this on TV. I'm not real good at this. I don't do this a lot, but these are 3/16, and I do have it on my 3/16 markers here. So let's pick out, and I think I'm going to use what color? Some things I just get very nervous about doing, and it's because I don't do them. I don't do them that often. And then doing them on camera makes me even a little more nervous. So maybe I will go with the darker one, seeing that that's dark there, and it's a dark flower. So I will set these aside. We're going to punch our hole right in the center here. I'm going to punch it right in that yellow section right there. So there's our hole right there. And then we're going to put this in. And all right, this is where I get all wigged out. And I'm assuming that I have it in the right spot. And it's kind of hard to see this where I get this right in here. And ta-da, I did it. Oh. Makes me feel better. All right, so we have our little eyelet, or I call them grommets. They're not grommets. All right, now let's get a little bit of thread. And I think I'm going to use let's see what I have for my Italian. If I have a green here. I don't have a green. I don't have a red. I don't want to use a blue. So we're not going to go with, isn't that pretty? That Italian ribbon. But I don't think that goes. That's too sparkly. Too shiny. I have some Sari silk here. But I don't know. I have the cream. I could use the cream. This would be pretty. It's just old looking, and so let us take a snippet of this. All right, I'll take a snippet of this. And I do want these fray bits on here. And maybe I don't. And these will probably stick to me because it's so, like I said, it's so dry. All right, we're going to just run this through. And I have to remember, do I want this run from the front or the back? Just like this. Just like this. So there you have it. There's a cute little tag. And I like that with the Sari silk. There. All right. So today we made get through this mess. We made a nice tag, which I will get rid of that there. We have a tag, and then we made these journal cards here with the index cards, and I really like them. So there's some new ideas for you. I hope you enjoyed watching these. I hope you play and experiment a little bit more with your Masterboards. I'll continue to work on these. I think I will put these in the shop. So for you folks and gals that can't make Masterboards, I know there's a lot of people out there that they do have difficulty. These will be in my shop, available probably sometime next week. And thank you for joining in, and happy crafting. I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye-bye.